Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Nur Islam's primary school's quarantine quiz. Apologies for the slight delay with the technical difficulties, as is always the case with these new and innovative technologies we're trying to put together today from Nur Islam Primary School. Today's quiz, inshallah, is an opportunity for families to get together and enjoy a bit of each other's company, which I'm sure you're doing plenty of at the moment anyway. And of course, have a bit of fun during this quarantine quiz. Now, the quiz is designed to have just a bit of fun and nothing too serious, I hope. So I hope you have an enjoyable evening, and we look forward to interacting with you. I've got a few of my teachers in the chat room there available. Please do interact with them as needed if you have any questions or queries, and if you have any specific problems or issues, they can always answer those, inshallah, I hope, and of course help you with any technical difficulties as well, inshallah. I'm hoping this is going live now. There is a slight delay. It's going through a piece of software towards the internet and out onto YouTube stream. So welcome, and inshallah we'll start off with a few house rules, as well, ground rules for the actual quiz. So starting off, first and foremost, please do have fun together. The idea is you have fun, you enjoy yourselves, and you actually have an enjoyable evening. We don't want any recriminations, no complaining, and that's why you have to stay positive. No need to blame dad for getting everything wrong. I'm sure they're going to try their best like everyone else, inshallah. So do try your best. And of course, it's no fun if you're just sitting on Google and answering every question via Google. You need to be answering the questions via your brain and nothing else, and your collective brains. So please do make an effort to answer the questions without looking in Google or looking in the books. My name is Martyr. I'm your host this evening, inshallah, and I am the head teacher of Nur Islam Primary School. Just a little bit about Nur Islam Primary School while you guys are accessing the form. We're a one-form entry independent faith school based in Leighton, and obviously, like other schools, we are going through this lockdown situation, and we're trying to make things a little bit different. And today we have guests I know as far afield as Saudi Arabia, Birmingham, other parts of London. So welcome to all the different teams and all the different schools that you represent. Welcome to Nur Islam Primary School. Lots of other videos available at the bottom there. Please do have a look at some other videos, inshallah. Please do click subscribe, and if anyone wants any help setting something up similar for within schools, and inshallah we're more than happy and always happy to help other schools and other organizations with anything they would like. Okay, so you should have, I hope by now, the questions available in a form. And the way the actual question format will work is I'm going to ask you the question. You'll see the question come up on the screen in a few seconds. You'll have four options, A, B, C, or D, and you have to choose A, B, C, or D to the corresponding question via the form. Of course, the answers are not in the form. All you see is A, B, C, and D. That's what keeps it interactive. Otherwise, you could have done the questionnaire in a few minutes flat and said, I'm finished. However, in true entertainment terms, we're trying to style this out here, make it really exciting and add a bit of tension here. So please do access that form. You should have it now. Put your details at the top. That would be important when it comes to announcing the winners. And inshallah, we will I'll give you about 10-15 seconds just to kind of open that form. You can open it on an iPad or an iPhone or whatever device you have, inshallah. Type in your name, and obviously don't press submit yet. There are a number of questions to go through, inshallah. Once we've answered all the questions, inshallah, then you'll press submit at the end, and I'll let you know that, and then inshallah we'll go through the questions as well. So without further ado, I think most of you should be ready to go now. We've been through the rules, so let's start with our first question of the evening. So I'll just wait. I think there's a few people. I'm looking at the form. Maybe I'll give you a few seconds just to kind of load up the form. I'm trying to balance out the running of the quiz and a few technical issues at the same time, inshallah. So, Bismillah, without further ado, I think we'll start. I think everyone's got their form. I get the feeling people are ready. So, I will say Bismillah and we will start with the first section of the questions. And inshallah, hopefully, people ready. I will get everyone going, and then inshallah we'll start off slowly just to make sure everyone has got the form, and then we'll make a start. So Bismillah. So the first round is maths, that favorite subject of so many, and we will start with the first question. How many digits are there in the Hindu Arabic system? So the Hindu Arabic system, and you have four options. You get the idea what we're talking about now. You have A, B, C, or D. A is 10, B is 20, C is 30, D is 40. I'm purposely going a bit slow here because we want to make sure that you've got enough time just to get everyone ready with the form here. So A, B, C, or D. On the form, question number 1, the question will be there, how many digits, and you need to answer A, B, C, or D. Choose your option, and then move on to the next question. I've been told to slow down a bit, so I'm just gonna wait another 30 seconds to make sure everyone's on. Okay, let's move on, otherwise we're going to take much longer than we already have. So let's go into question number 2. And the next question is, what does D represent in the Roman numeral system? What does D represent in the Roman numeral system? I'm purposely going slow here just to get everyone going, so just making sure everyone, obviously once we get through the whole right, I'm gonna start speeding along now. I think, inshallah, I think people should have got the form. Just a quick note, of course, I've just seen someone that has put a possible suggestion. Of course, please no answers in the chat form, otherwise it defeats the purpose. Right, so let's go. Among the following, which natural number has no predecessor? 100, 200, 1, or 0? Which number has no among the following, which natural number, has no predecessor? A, B, C, or D? Question number 4. Which among the following is the largest known number in the world? Which amongst the following is the largest known number in the world? Question number 5. What is a scalene triangle? A triangle with scales on it. A triangle with 3 sides of differing length. A triangle with attitude. Or a triangle used for warning drivers of a hazard. Which of those accurately represents a scalene triangle? Moving on to geography. So, moving on to geography, and just because there's a few people that joined late, I'm going to go through those first 5 questions very quickly, just in case people are trying to join us now. Just start the form. So the first question was, how many digits are there in the Hindu-Arabic system? Your 4 options: 10, 20, 30, or 40. What does D represent in the Roman numeral system? 5, 50, 500, 5,000. Among the following number, among the following, which natural number has no predecessor? 100, 200, 1, or 0? And question number 4, which among the following is the largest known number in the world? You've got that symbol, Googleplex, and a gram. And then you've got question number 5, what is a scalene triangle? Is it A, B, C, or D? Right, move on to the next section, onto geography, inshallah. Question number 1 in geography. What is the second largest country in the world? Is it A, Russia, B, Canada, C, China, or D, Africa? Hope you know geography there. One isn't even a country. Question number 2. The Caribbean Sea is part of which ocean? The Pacific, the Indian, the Atlantic, or the Southern? The Caribbean Sea is part of which ocean? The Pacific, the Indian, the Atlantic, the Southern. Question number 3. Any water in a liquid or solid form falling from the sky, including snow and rain, is known as precipitation, condensation, sublimation, or evaporation? A, B, C, or D? Question number 4. Which European country does this flag belong to? Is it France, Netherlands, Luxembourg, or Belgium? Question number 5. What is the largest enclosed inland body of water on the earth? Lake Tanganyika in Africa, the Black Sea in Eastern Europe, Lake Vostok in Antarctica, or the Caspian Sea between Europe and Asia, the largest enclosed body of water? Let's move on to history. History. For all you history buffs out there. Let's go. Who was Prime Minister of the UK for most of the Second World War? Was it Margaret Thatcher, Winston Churchill, James Callaghan, and Harold Wilson? All you secondary school children should know that. I'm sure you studied the old World War history. So I'll give out a few salams to people here, mashallah. I know there's people trying to chat to me as well, but I'm on a different screen completely due to the streaming software, so apologies. But I did see some of our old students there. Abdullah, I think he's there from Saudi Arabia, signed in earlier, mashallah. Salams to him, and I've seen him also in my assemblies, but I never had a chance to say salams to him and his family. I hope you're all well, Habiba and Abdullah. Hope you're doing well. And then I know some of my old students on here as well, mashallah. So salams to Zara, I believe she's there. Alicia, yeah, mashallah, some of my old students from Al Noor as well. Okay, question number 2. Who was the lady with the lamp during the Crimean War? Was it Mary Seacole, Hilda Knox, Edith Morehouse, or Florence Nightingale? Question number 3. Which famous queen died over 100 years ago in 1901? Was it Victoria, Queen Elizabeth I, not the second, just in case you're thinking about it can't be because she's still alive, Queen Mary II, or Queen Anne? Which queen died 100 years ago, over 100 years ago rather, in 1901? Question number 4. Which well-known event of 1605 was a failed assassination attempt against King James the First? Got your 4 options there: War of the Roses, the Gunpowder Plot, English Civil War, or the Peasants' Revolt. Question number 5. This is for you Urshikal fans there. Last minute question. I know a lot of you watch this. I haven't got into it yet, to be honest, but let's see how good those of you who do watch it know your stuff. Which dynasty were Urshikal Bey's wife Halima descended from? Was it the Umayyads? Was it the Abbasids? Was it the Seljuks? Or was it the Mongolian? Let's see now. Who Islam is still there. I see Isam and Afsa and Isha, mashallah. Yes, well done. Nice to see you guys there as well. I think my friend Zach Chow's on there as well. I'm seeing a few people. Apologies if I don't call you out. I'm just trying to balance both. But okay, I'm sure there's some Ertugrul fans there. I know Mrs. Zenat, the Mariam's mum in year 6, she's a bit of a, I heard, and also Sarah Inama here is a bit of a Ertugrul fan. Someone told me earlier today. So let's see if you know what the old answers are. No answers, please, Mr. BW Tax. I know who Mr. BW Tax is. Disappointed to see that Ustad from Birmingham. So let's move on. Right, Quran, everyone's favorite. Quran, the month of Ramadan is amongst us, inshallah, upon us rather, I should say. So let's see how well you know some of the questions about the Quran. Which surah does not contain the letter Mim? Taghaban, Kawthar, Tawbah, and Asr. And that doesn't mean the title. We're talking about the Ustad's question here from the actual surah itself. BW Tax, okay, the form will be sent out, inshallah. If you send out the form, inshallah, it's available. If you scroll back, anyone joining us late, if you scroll back in the chat, you'll see the shortcut to the form. So please do access the form via the chat menu, inshallah. Okay, which surah doesn't start with Bismillah? Which surah doesn't start with Bismillah? Anfal, Ahzab, Qasas, or Tawbah? So which surah doesn't start with Bismillah? Question number 3. How many surahs are there in the Quran? 114, 30, 184. And parents, I'm hoping you're allowing your children to answer some of these questions and you're not hogging all the answers. This is supposed to be a family quiz. Let's give the slightly easier questions to the younger ones, and maybe we'll leave the more challenging ones to the older amongst you to answer. So, which surah? So, how many surahs are there in the Quran? Okay, question number 4. What is the 4th surah of the Quran? Is it Ma'idah, Ali Imran, Surah An'am, or Surah Nisa, which is the 4th surah of the Quran? And lastly, how many manzil are there in the Quran? Is there 30, 114, 5, or 7? Coming up, we have English. Well done, Islam. I see Yaqub there, mashallah. Ayub is there as well, Yaqub. And Hafsa and Zainu, mashallah. I'm sure they're all together. Nice to see you guys. Abdul Qayyum there from Birmingham. Nice to see you guys. Alhamdulillah. I feel like a proper YouTube star now. All these people involved. Alhamdulillah. I'll have a career outside of teaching pretty soon. All this YouTube streaming I'm doing. Alhamdulillah, we've been YouTube streaming our live assemblies. And we are also doing a lot of other things like virtual break times with the Zoom, just to keep the children connected and happy with seeing each other's, the teachers, and seeing their friends. Obviously, a very difficult time, but we're trying our best to keep things moving for them. Okay, right. Next up, English. You thought you know your English language? Let's see. Approximately how many words are there in the English language? 50,000, 1,000,000, 175,000, or 17,000? How many words in the English language? I should say, those of you who joined late, what you can do is scroll to the beginning of the video, I've been told, and you can actually check the earlier questions, or you can wait till we finish, and then before you submit, we'll give you a few minutes to go back and quickly run through those questions, inshallah. So either way, however you think works best for you. Which of the following is not a type of word? We've got verb, adjective, noun, and phrase. Which of these is not a type of word? Which country contains the largest English-speaking population in the world? England, United States, China, or India? Question 4. Roughly what proportion of the world's population is fluent or competent in English? Is it 1 person in 1,000, 1 in 100, 1 in 10, 1 in 4? So, think about how many people in the world, roughly about 8 billion, I would say, 7.5 billion. How many of them are English speakers? Question 5. In approximately how many countries does the English language have official or special status? Official or special status? So, how many English-speaking countries do we have out there, you think? So, 25. Well, not just English-speaking, rather, but it's actually official language, I should say, not just 25, 50, 75, or 100. Let's give a shout out to Mashkoor here from the head office, representing the head office there. I don't see anyone else from the head office there, mashallah, really trying his best to represent, which is admirable. I just hope his score is also equally admirable. Come on, Mashkoor, don't let the head office down, right? Okay. So we've got an internal battle with the Zaidi sisters as well, I can see going on there for bragging rights. So that'd be interesting to see who wins that. So let's move on, inshallah, to the next section, which is Islamic knowledge. Islamic knowledge. Islamic knowledge. So let's see how good your Islamic knowledge is, people. Right. We have first question. Who was the first martyr in Islam? The first martyr in Islam. So you've got Hamza, Sumayya, Mus'ab, or Ja'far. Who was the first martyr in Islam? Radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. May Allah be pleased with all of them. Question 2. Which holy book was given to Prophet Daawood alayhi salam? Was he given the Zabur, the Torah, the Suhuf, or the Injil? Who was first? Question number 3. How many years did Prophet Nuh alayhi salam call his people to the worship of Allah? Hmm. 1,000, 950, 309, or 100 years. Question number 4. What is the practice of Ramal? A bit tougher here. What is the practice of Ramal? Is it cutting your hair after Umrah? Is it exposing the right shoulder whilst in Ihram? throwing stones or at the Jamarat, I should say, typo there, or running the first 3 times around the Kaaba in Tawaf. And finally, in this section, which prophet was sent to the people of Thamood? And I always get confused with this as well. But let's see how you guys do. Was it the Prophet Salih? Was it Hud? Was it Shuaib? Or was it Ilyas? Alayhi salam. Who out of those 4 was the prophet that was sent to the people of Thamood? I know a few of you are joining us late. Please don't worry, inshallah. There's a couple of things you could do. You could either get the scroll back the video or carry on from now, and at the end, before you submit, go back to the questions that are earlier. So if you scroll on the answer form to the correct section in terms of the question we're on now, you'll see the questions listed on the form, and then you can go backwards and review the video quickly and skim through and see the questions before submitting, inshallah. Although the later you come, the more difficult that idea is going to be. So we give a shout out now. People are asking for shout outs. My son saying, "Why haven't you?" My nephew saying, "Why haven't you give us a name call?" So here you go to my son Bakr, Awais, my nephew, and Zach. They're all eagerly and Tayyib. They're all eagerly sitting together somewhere, huddled up, trying to win this competition. Let's see what happens. Who ends up with these bragging rights as champions, inshallah, of the quarantine quiz. Next thing you know, we'll be going mainstream. So this could be the beginning of something really special, guys. So don't underestimate the value of this championship trophy. Right. Okay, we have our next section coming up, and that next section is sports. So all the boys are now jumping up, thinking, "Yes, here's my chance. This is my time." And let's see if you can get these questions. Not the most difficult, I must admit. So hopefully some of the younger children can answer these questions. First question: which country does footballer Lionel Messi play for? Is it England, Colombia, Brazil, or Argentina? Oops, just got a message here. I forgot my own son, my other son, Abdullah. Nothing personal, Abdullah. Allah bless you. Just the pressure of presenting and trying to do it at the same time. So, Abdullah, shout out to Abdullah as well. So, England, Colombia, shout out to Ustad Umar here, mashallah. I've put in Colombia there by purpose. You know what I mean? So, Alia, I hope you're well. I saw you signed up for the competition as well. And Umar, our Colombian friend, mashallah. Not to mention our very dear Miss Sharifa as well. But where's Lionel Messi come from? Okay, how many goals are scored if a player has a hat-trick? How many goals are scored if a player has a hat-trick? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Question 3. A caddy is the person who carries a player's bag in which sport? Which sport do they have a caddy that carries the player's bag? Question number 4. Which type... maybe I'll be too fast. So is it tennis, basketball, golf, or football? Question number 4. Which type of swimming stroke has the same name as a flying insect? Is it ant? Is it the bumblebee? Is it the spider? Is it the butterfly? Question number 5. Which sport did Johnny Wilkinson and Martin Johnson play? Football, tennis, golf, or rugby? Which one did they play? And some of you might remember my assembly on a certain person in this with a last minute. Well, I won't say actually what it is. I might give the clue away, so I'll just leave it there. And we'll move on to the next section, he says, and that is quiz part 2. So I hope you guys are working really hard, working together to make sure that you are going to win this. We're halfway through. Well, onto the next section of questions. It'll give the people a chance there to actually scroll back if need be. So I'm just going to speak a couple of minutes about some of the things that we do at Nur Islam. We do have, alhamdulillah, a range of facilities at Nur Islam. We are undergoing Project Rebuild, which is the £8 million, or more than that now, I think, actually, mosque rebuild on Leighton High Street, a kind of really pivotal moment in the local community's history. This building will provide services across the age ranges, across the different services and sectors that we have, providing support, and we're really in desperate need for people to support that with donations. So please do head along to Project Rebuild and see the website nurislam.org.uk. You can see the kind of amazing work that's being done. Also, we have an Alama department, we have madrasa, we have a preschool, mashallah, very outstanding. So a lot of facilities for local community, a lot of people that learn about Islam, learn about this religion from the masjid. So really important that we support the masjid to make sure it's completed. I know parents at our school are working really, really hard to make sure that we actually support the masjid to be completed. And of course we have the primary school, the jewel in the crown, if I do say so myself. And alhamdulillah, we one form entry, we teach national curriculum. Alongside national curriculum we have Arabic, Quran and Islamic studies, and alhamdulillah, it's one of the oldest and most well-established primary schools in well, probably in the UK, I would guess, but definitely in London. So please do look at our other videos. We do have a few campaigns coming up in Ramadan. One is to do with some regular monthly support that you'll hear about, inshallah, to help the schools, particularly in this state that we're in now. You know, these kind of fluctuations in society and economies can have a dramatic impact on Islamic schools. So please do support all Islamic schools, but I'm going to be sending out some links for a campaign we're going to start in Ramadan. And we also have a fantastic groundbreaking, or maybe groundbreaking is too grand a word, but very innovative partnership with Orphans in Need, where we are partnering with Orphans in Need to sponsor 10 Palestinian orphans. We've done that for the last coming to 3 years now. And if you look at our other videos, you'll see a small vlog about our school, which we sent to them, and also a vlog from them that was sent to us to showcase what they do in their schools. And it's an opportunity. We use it for our children to learn a bit about Arabic. So we've written letters to them in Arabic, and they've written back. We've done a vlog, and they've sent a vlog back. And we did have a plan to send off some really nice framed decorative letters. But unfortunately, with the whole coronavirus and everything shutting down, the whole thing has been paused temporarily. But you have that, and we've got some amazing art displays courtesy of Ustad Ishaq. If you have a look at our videos, you'll see some amazing things that really need to go viral. It's a shame they only got a few views to showcase the amazing work that he has done in making the school in a fascinating and really vibrant place. So do have a look at that, inshallah, and we will move on to part 2 of the quiz. But I'm just going to, before I do that, I'm going to shout out the names of all the teams that are here. So we've got the Good Family, we've got the Legends, we've got the Greenbirds, we've got Team Noor. Not sure whether that's Noor Islam or Al Noor there, but anyway, it's all good. We've got the Mirza Kids, we've got the Wafflers. I hope you're not waffling today. United FC, the Rahim Family, the Lockdown United, the Murad Mavericks, Team SIA. That is Aisha, Maud, Aisha and Ibrahim and Safwan from my old school, I've been told reliably, so salams to them. The Yushi Gang, not sure that. Magnificent Podro. I've only got the names here, so I'm sorry I can't. I don't know who they are, or you haven't told me prices, I don't know exactly who you are, but I'm guessing. Magnificent Quadro. My favorite team name, Aubergines are underrated. That's just like, amazing. Warhead Warriors, my little nephew, 3 years old, but he's battling on in this competition. I reckon it'd be interesting to see whether his potluck beats any of you highly intelligent people. The Fire Izun, we have the Green Team, the Z Quad, Team Mish, we have Mashallah Brother, Team Al Colombi, that's a shout out to Ustad Umar there. We've got the Quarantine Quizmasters, Hakims, the Striped Tigers, the Awan Clang, SAU, the Shah Team, the Hangur Tekin, I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, Baitul Nazia, Fantastic Four, the A Team, I won't say more, Team Hafaji, Khadija's team, the B Team, SNM, UHS Gladiators, Ilm is the Key, Mahafa, Kids of These Days, oh yeah, the Jiwani family, Sweetie, Team B, the B Team, oh, that's a repeat there, Z, the Lockdown Kids, ZB Solo, AQ family, the Killer Kebabs, Brahmi Bravos, the Killer Dars, Team Falcons, Team Saudi, Marvelous Khans, the 4 Stars, Team Sarah, Naila, Taqwa, Fantastic 7, the 3Ms, the Mirza again, that might be Aisha and Zahra, I'm thinking, Fantastic 8, and Team Anwar. So shout out to all of you guys, and I hope you're all, if you caught up, if you were starting late, and if you haven't caught up, let's get moving on to the next part of this quiz. A little bit of graphic here for you. And with that, we start part 2. And part 2 starts with cartoons. Yes. Now we're talking. One of Bambi's friends was called Thumper. What type of animal was Thumper? And if you are being shouted out there with your team name, please do put your name, chat in the box there, inshallah. Give us salams. Got some of my teachers there. I can't, as I said, keep an eye on it, but please do. Shout out for a few of my older stars. From my know, we've got Star Suleiman, mashallah, and also Ustad Abu Hudayfa, I know, is there with his family. Salams to Hudayfa and Sumaya, mashallah. So, let's get going with these cartoons, guys. You got the answer there? I hope you have. Question 2. Dewey, Huey and Louie were the nephews of which famous Disney character? Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Pluto, or Pink Panther? Who are they the nephews of? Where was the home of Fred Flintstone? Now you go. Now we're talking. This is for all of my, when I say my, what's the word? Peer group. That's it, peer group. I used to watch them when I was a kid. And I hope you're all having a yabba dabba do time. But here we go. So, who is, or where is the home of Fred Flintstone? I hope that's the right cartoon. I don't know. I think it used to yabba dabba do. I can't remember myself. Anyway, so one of those. What is the name of the calculating cat created by Jim Davis in his comic strips? Is it Roger? Is it Gerard? Is it Garfield? Or is it Charlie? And fifthly, what type of animal was a friendly Thomas O'Malley? Was he a Kalahari, alley cat, Corsican, or Caucasian? That one lost me. I'm sorry to be honest. I haven't got a clue who Thomas O'Malley is, so I hope you guys, some of you guys do. Right. Next up, food. Yes, food. So, food, everyone's favorite subject when it comes to eating, at least. Americans call this vegetable an eggplant, But what is it known as in the UK? Is it a turnip? Is it an aubergine? Is it a fig? Is it a beetroot? Question 2. Which food product has used the slogan "Taste the Rainbow" since 1994? Around about the time of the year I was born. Which product? Oh, sorry, I should give the options. Skittles, Starburst, Smarties, and Haribo. I tell you what, let's put a bonus question in there in the chat. Who can remember the first name of Starburst back in the days? I'm sure many of the adults can. Which product has the slogan "Gives you wings"? Yeah, definitely a slogan. Not really. True, of course. But anyway, bit of marketing. Is it Philadelphia? Cream cheese? Red Bull? Mountain Dew? Or Iron Brew? Brewed in Scotland. Okay, in which country did tea originate? Was it Sri Lanka? Was it Japan? China? Or India? In which country did tea originate? And fifthly, a tomato is what? Is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit? Is it a herb? Or is it a prune? What is a... Wow, man, people know about the opal fruits, yeah? Alright then, what was Snickers called back in the day then? Come on, let's see how many of you know. How many of you know what Snickers was called back in the day? Let's test your knowledge. And if you get that one right, then I'll give you a tougher one. Because my knowledge of sweets is very good, alhamdulillah. That's the benefit of working in a shop for most of your young life, as I've been boring my children with over the holidays, lockdown time, about all the hard work I used to do as a kid. Moving on to famous people. Famous people. Let me see what else I can see. All right, marathon. People know their fruits. Sweets. Right. Okay. Mashallah. Okay. Mashallah. Good. So I'm seeing some messages coming up there, which is good. If you haven't already messaged, please do send a message via YouTube. It's good to know that you're there. Right, okay. Those of you who think you know your sweets, let me give you a tough one. What was the name of the precursor to M&M? So back in the days before M&Ms came out, the nice M&Ms, the nuts and whatever. What was the name? There was some exact same sweet. I'm always kind of marvel at the exact same sweet, even had the same color packet, yellow, but had a different name. Let's see if you know that. Right. And answers in the chat box. The thing is, the teachers are too young; they won't know the answer. So let's see if anyone gets it right, and then if not, I'll have to throw that in somehow between my questions. Right. Okay. Famous people. Which British Prime Minister worked as a research chemist in industry before becoming a Member of Parliament in 1959? Which British Prime Minister was a research chemist? It's an interesting job. In high demand now with all this coronavirus stuff, of course. Before becoming a Member of Parliament. Was it Harold Wilson? Was it Margaret Thatcher? Iron Lady herself? Was it Winston Churchill? Was it James Callaghan? Question 2. The woman who organised the modern system of nursing, was it Mary Seacole, Clara Barton, Florence Nightingale, or Martha Ballard? Some people say minstrels. Minstrels are still around. They're completely different. This bunties. Never heard of bunties. Poppets. Poppets. Yeah, they are similar actually, but it's also, I'll leave that out there. Let's see if anyone else gets it, inshallah. Right. Let's carry on. Question number 3. Who was the woman best known for her social work, especially with the dying and destitute? Was it Mary Curie, Jane Austen, Queen Elizabeth II, or Mother Teresa? Who was the woman best known for her work with the dying and destitute? Okay, which famous Italian navigator who begged the King and Queen of Spain for a ship to sail west to India eventually discovered America in 1490? Oh, sounds a bit. Anyway, you get the message. He he discovered America in 1492. Who was it? Was it Charles Darwin? Was it Christopher Columbus? Was it Ibn Battuta? Was it Captain James Cook? Or was it someone completely different, as my history teacher used to say? Well, I can tell you that it's Amerigo Vespucci. She always used to say to me, I still remember that name to this day, and I'm not sure actually. I haven't done enough research on it to say, but there is someone else that's more famously known to have discovered it. Allegedly, of course. Okay. According to the Guinness Book of Records, who founded the largest private volunteers ambulance organization in the world? Was it Abdul Sattar Eddy? Was it Imran Khan? Was it Sheikh Hasina? Or was it Benazir Bhutto? Benazir Bhutto. Who was it? Who was the person that founded the largest private volunteers ambulance organization? Phenomenal effort, really, in the world. MashaAllah, Jilbab has answered that question. It was indeed treats. MashaAllah. Her knowledge of sweets is unparalleled. MashaAllah. Well done to her. MashaAllah, it's, I see now. Naila, okay, Naila Azam, yes, MashaAllah, Mariam, Khadija, and Asiya, and Fatim from Al Noor, MashaAllah, I hope you are well. Lovely to see you in the chat there as well, MashaAllah. And please forgive me if I've missed anyone out. Like I said, I'm trying to do both at the same time, but lovely to see and hear from you. Hope you do well. And well done to Jilbabzaz. That is, if I'm not mistaken, Muhammad Yusuf's mum, I think. I'm sure. So well done to her. It was indeed called treats, mashallah. Okay, I did see Miss Naila Ashraf somewhere as well, didn't it? So shout out to Musa and Inaya. I'm sure they're working hard. Yes, Muhammad Yusuf and family, yes it is, yes. So well done, Muhammad Yusuf. Your mum's knowledge of sweets is amazing. Well done. So let's go on to the next round. And the next round, only a few more left now. Landmarks. For what reason was Tower Bridge given its name? What reason was Tower Bridge given its name? Is it because the bridge has 2 towers? It was part of London Borough of Tower Hamlets. Oh yeah, that's interesting, yeah. It is named after the Tower of London. It was the first tower in London. So, for what reason was Tower Bridge given its name? Tough on that one, isn't it? I should give you a minute on that one because the next one's really easy. Okay, so next question. Which landmark did Gustave Eiffel work on? Was it Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or the Statue of Liberty? Okay, that one I think not the most complicated one. Which tower has almost a 4-degree lean? Is it the Tower of Pisa? Is it the Eiffel Tower? Is it the Tower Bridge? Or is it the two towers? Two towers? Not sure what that is actually. Where's the two towers? Maybe it means the Twin Towers, but anyway. And of course, I've got a shout out to all my teachers. I'm going to do it at the end, but I'll do it as I'm going along as well. MashaAllah, who are in the background helping. We've got someone calculating the scores. Well, actually, she's not, but she's going to tell me who the winners are. We've got people in the moderator chat looking after the chat. And we have also got all these questions from the teachers, mashallah. So thank you to all of them. Otherwise, they'll be on here playing as well. Instead, they're just having to watch on tenterhooks to see who's going to win this camp competition, inshallah. So let's see which teacher gets the bragging rights as well. Okay. How tall is Burj Khalifa? Is it 1,000 meters high? Is it 3,500 or 3,450, 356 or 828 meters high? Question number 5 from my good old friend Abdul Malik Taylor, Muslim History Tours, mashallah. Where in London is the plaque that has the Hijri year inscribed on it? Is it in Trafalgar Square? Is it Parliament Square? Is it in Horse Guards Parade? Or is it on Cleopatra's Needle? Where in London is the plaque that has the Hijri year inscribed on it? Trafalgar Square, Parliament Square, Horse Guards Parade, or Cleopatra's Needle? And we are on to the last section, which I believe is the animal section. The Fluke Masters, mashallah, Isam the Fluke Master, yeah? Isam, well done to Isam. Hope you don't fluke all of this, mashallah. Good, right, so let's finish off with the animal section. Question number 1. What do you call a baby armadillo? And I was thinking, what on earth is an armadillo? I've never seen one, or I can't recall seeing one, so I put a nice picture of an armadillo up there for you. Similar to the sloth family, I've been told. But what do you call a baby armadillo? Is it a calf? Is it a pup? Is it a cub? Or is it a fawn? What do you call a baby armadillo? Question number 2. Which of the following is not a type of cat? The codcod, the leopard, the meerkat, or the lynx? Which of the following is not a type of cat? Question 3. What is the name of the phobia that involves an abnormal fear of spiders? Is it batrachophobia, claustrophobia, spexophobia, or arachnophobia? Which of the following of those 4, I'm not going to say them again, are or refers to the abnormal fear of spiders? Number 4, the crocodile species is believed to have been around for how long? 200 million years, 2 million years, 2,000 years, or 10 million years? And then question number 5. What type of animal is a markhor? Is it a camel? Is it an eagle, goat, or cow? What type of animal is a markhor? And with that, it's a great big thank you to all of you and to the teachers, of course, because we've come to the end of our questions. So what you guys need to be doing now is you need to be pressing submit. There you go. Just in case you weren't sure what the button looks like, there's a button. Can you please press your submit button, and that will submit your scores. Of course, you won't know what the team Bingo Wings. All right. That new team I didn't see. Maybe I didn't get that team on my list. Whoever Bingo Wings is, maybe you could reveal who you are. But if you finish your questions, you need to now post submit. And when you press submit, you will send your answers to my able assistant to work out the score. So you need to submit. I'm going to give you all a few seconds to submit. The form will be closed to submit. So if you submit now, brilliant. If you submit in 3 or 4 minutes when I start the answers, then no. So can you just submit? And then inshallah I'm going to run through the questions, and by the time I run through the questions I will be ready to announce the winners inshallah. So I know people are sitting there biting their fingernails, not sure what's going on, the pressure of being champion of the Quarantine Quiz 2020. I know, the Zaidi sisters there thinking who's going to have the bragging rights all through Ramadan. You've got all these kids, you've got Mashkoor there. It's going to be interesting. Let's see who is going to be crowned as champion. So my son sent me a message, he thinks he's done decent. I hope I don't have to embarrass him now when he gets the lowest scores in the whole group. Right. Okay. Bismillah. So let's see the answers. Zach Chow's on the edge of his seat. Be careful, Zach. He might fall off. Mizina. It's Miss Sahara from Saudi. I believe she's in Saudi still. My salams Abdullah and everyone, alhamdulillah. Great, right, so it seems like people enjoyed themselves, and that's really nice to hear. That was the whole idea, have a bit of fun, a bit of chat, and inshallah, let's hope we can get some future quizzes set up. Right, so without further ado, let's go back, and we are going to start. So Miss Mariam, my able assistant, when you decide to close the form, that's up to you. I'm going to run through the answers, and I'm going to see people doing the old SMH, shake my head. So I'm learning all this new text language, lots of SMH, shake my head emojis coming up, I think. I hope. Well, I hope not, but let's see what happens with the answers. So let's go. Round 1. Mary, you can turn the form off now so we can be fair. So I'm going to run through this pretty quickly. I'm not going to actually... Oh, Miss is saying wait now. So I'm going to wait a second while Miss... okay, it's closed. Right, okay. So the scores are in. The power of Excel is now working its wonders, or Google, I should say. And like I said, if anyone wants any help how to set this up, inshallah, give me a shout. It's actually all free. There's nothing really complicated here. And if other schools are interested, or if there's anyone else, I know I had a few schools. I know Amur here. I know we had Date Valley. I know we had the Learning Hub Tuition Center. I know we had Grace Tuition Center. Who else was there? Ajwa Academy. Who else was there? There were a few. MashaAllah, we had Cardiff Muslim Primary School represented. We had Wisdom Academy from Birmingham as well. We had who else was there? I haven't got this in front of me. Sorry, I'm just trying to rack my brain. There was a few others anyway that signed up. So anyone wants any help with setting this up again, inshallah, like I said, there's no monopoly on this. Please do excuse the pun, the monopoly. You get that? I hope you appreciate this humor. No monopoly on. There's no monopoly on this. So if you want to. Now I've got a question about chocolate. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, okay, right. So let's do the question and answer first, Miss Arcia. Okay, how many digits are there in the Hindu-Arabic system? 10. What does D represent? 500. Among the following, which natural number has no predecessor? 1. Largest number known in the world? Googleplex. Scalene triangle. It's not a triangle attitude. It's a triangle of 3 different sides. Geography. What's the second largest country in the world? Canada. Ocean, Caribbean is part of Atlantic. It's called precipitation. Which country does the flag represent? Netherlands. Great footballing nation. Which is the largest enclosed body of water? The Caspian Sea between Europe and Asia. History. We have got Prime Minister was of course Winston Churchill. The lamp was of course Florence Nightingale. Famous Queen was of course Queen Victoria, who also spoke Urdu. I'll have you know. Which well-known event of season 5 was a failed assassination attempt against King James? It was the Gunpowder Plot. Which dynasty? Oh, I didn't put the answer there. It was the Seljuk dynasty, Miss Zina, wasn't it? I've been told anyway. Not that I watch it, but I've been told it is. So it says C. It was Seljuk dynasty. Quran. Which one hasn't got the letter Mim? It's Surah Kawthar. Which surah doesn't start with Bismillah? It's Surah Tawbah. Which how many surahs? 114. Which is the 4th surah? Surah Nisa. How many manzil are there? 7. English. Oh. Anyway, the answer is 175,000, surprisingly. Which of the following is not a type of word? Phrase. Obviously, a phrase is a collection of different types of words. The largest spoken country in the world was indeed India. What proportion of the world's population is fluent and competent in English? 1 in 4. And approximately how many countries does the English language have official or special status? And the answer was 75. Right. Now we're getting people talking about gut feelings, eh? Yeah, never mind. It's all a bit of fun, inshallah. I know how you feel. It's easy on this side with all the answers. A few trick questions in there. Islamic knowledge. Who was the first martyr in Islam? Was called Sumayya radiallahu anha. Which holy book was given to Daawood? Which is the Zabur. How many years was Nuh alayhi salam calling his people? Was 950. What is the practice of Ramal? The hard one. Running the first 3 times around the Kaaba in Tawaf when you arrive in Mecca. Which prophet was sent to the people of Thamood? And it was the Prophet Salih alayhi salam. Sports. Nice and easy. Which country does Lionel Messi? Come on, that was way too easy. Argentina. How many goals are scored if a player has a hat-trick? 3. A caddy is the person who carries a player's bag in which sport? Golf. What type of swimming? The butterfly. And of course, it was good old rugby. And that assembly I was talking about was taking everything to the last second. When of course, Johnny Wilkinson, even though I don't like rugby, but who can forget the iconic drop kick goal to win the World Cup against Australia in the last seconds of the final. Absolutely epic moment in history. Okay. Oh, don't matter. Sorry, now, sorry. Part 2. Let me go to part 2. Cartoons. I had some complaints that these are old time cartoons. I didn't make these questions, so I'll ask the person who's the cartoons. Rabbit, Bambi, Donald Duck, Dewey, Huey and Louie. And of course, Fred Flintstone was from the town of Bedrock. The calculating cat was called Garfield, and Thomas O'Malley was an alley cat. Food, and this was a shout out to aubergines are underrated. I hope you got this right. If you got this wrong, I'm going to be very disappointed, Yusuf and co. Americans call this vegetable an eggplant the aubergine. Which food product has used the slogan Taste the Rainbow since 1994? Skittles. Which product gives you wings? Red Bull. In which country did tea originate? China. And a tomato is a fruit, believe it or not. Famous people. Which prime minister? And that was Margaret Thatcher. She was a research candidate before became a member of parliament in 1959 and then became a prime minister. I can't remember actually. 1979, I think. Anyway, Florence Nightingale was the woman who organised the modern system of nursing. Mother Teresa was the woman best known for her social work, especially with the dying and destitute. Very famous. Christopher Columbus was a famous Italian navigator who sailed and found America, allegedly. And according to the Guinness Book of Records, it was, of course, Abdul Sattar Eddy of the Eddy Foundation. MashaAllah, may Allah have mercy on him. Phenomenal effort in Pakistan with his ambulances, helping all of the people. And even in this current environment, the coronavirus, doing a lot of good work. Landmarks, okay. Tower of London. It was named after the Tower of London. This one you could only get wrong if you thought it was a trick question, which it wasn't. Gustave Eiffel was Eiffel Tower. The Tower of Pisa, of course, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, as it is commonly known as. Burj Khalifa, 828 meters. Which doesn't sound that big, but obviously that's almost a kilometer into the sky, so tall enough, as I say. And where in London is the plaque that has a Hijri year inscribed on it? It is actually in Horse Guards Parade, and I did ask my good friend Abdul Malik Taylor what actual year is on that day, on that plaque, just there. So what actual detail is on there? And I have it here. It's the year of 931. Question is, why is it there? Which I don't know the answer to. Right. And lastly, we had animals, and we had a baby armadillo called a pup. That was a trick one. Which of these is not not a type of cat, which is the meerkat? What is the name of the phobia that involves an abnormal fear of spiders? Arachnophobia. The crocodile species has been around for 200 million years. What type of animal is a markhor? And the answer was a goat. And there you have all the answers from today's quarantine quiz. So, mashallah, yeah, I was going to say, make sure, Mr. Senate here, can you make sure you do click on like, and can you also click on subscribe so that you can keep up to date as we're developing our YouTube channel and making it a bit more high profile. So please do click like and click subscribe. I'm just waiting to see which team will be crowned the champions of the quarantine quiz 2020. So who is going to walk away with the trophy that is the champions trophy of the quarantine quiz of 2020? So I'm just going to hush here now as we wait for the final results. Oh, there you go. Apologies, I did turn off the mic in anticipation of the results. Sorry. As I was just saying, inshallah, we are going to give you the results for today's test quiz, and you'll get the winners announced here. And yes, some people I can see that you want to get the results individually for perhaps personal bragging rights against others in your family. That's perfectly fine, inshallah. We will actually email those results out to the email addresses that registered, inshallah, and you'll have that for yourselves available very shortly. If not today, then definitely by some point tomorrow morning, inshallah. So, okay, now I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me. I can see things working. And if you can hear me, then inshallah, I'm going to just check my phone one more time to see if I can get the results up here. I'm just going to be waiting for a few seconds. Okay. People frantically sending messages, they can't hear me. Some people say that's a good thing, you know. Nah, I'm joking, they don't say that about me, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I've been told to say a few jokes, and the thing is, when I tell my jokes, everyone just laughs at them. But I don't know whether they're laughing because they find it funny or they're just cringing and laughing at the same time. It's a bit like when I said to the staff the other day, you know, have you heard about the story about butter and stuff like? No, what happened? What about butter? So, well, I can't tell you. You might spread it. See? Now, hopefully you're laughing, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're doing SMH, shaking my head, or you got that emoji going on in there somewhere. But anyway, what can I do? The things I have to do to keep people entertained, the things I have to do as a modern head teacher, try to keep you guys smiling, inshallah, during this time. I'm just waiting for the results, inshallah. So while I'm waiting, let's see if I can go back. 7, 8, 9, miss. That's a good one. That's one of my ones as well. Yeah. Anyway, people want the top 20. Oh, right, okay. So top 10, top 20, top 50. Alhamdulillah, we had about 70 odd teams. I don't know whether all of them tuned in today. I'm not sure 100%, but I can see quite a few people on the chat here. So that's good. Right. Okay. So results time. Results time. I'm gonna ask. Oof, wow, this is close. This is cold. Right. Okay. So the question is, have any of you got what do you call it? Confetti like this? Because you need to be ready to celebrate that you've won this quarantine competition. So you can get your confetti ready. Ask my permission, of course, first, and of course, let's see who actually wins. So top 10 live. Mashallah, the winning team got 57 out of 60, so that tells you the competition is high. But in 10th place, we got the Lockdown Kids. In 9th place, we got the Fantastic Four. 8th place, Team Falcon. 7th place, B.A. Baracus and the A-Team. In 6th place, the Striped Tigers. I saw them mentioned on the chat there. I don't know who any of these people are actually in the teams. There's too much. In 5th place, we've got the Wafflers. Sorry, no. Faizun, off on. Faizun. In 4th place, we've got 1 minute. Let me write. Give it right. Okay, so 5th place, Faizun. 4th place is the Wafflers. 3rd place, it's surprisingly the Killer Kebabs. I don't know who they are, but by the name didn't really inspire me. But let's see who those guys are. Mashallah in 3rd place. In 2nd place, we have Mish. And in 1st place, and definitely not as the name suggests, we have the B team. Mashallah, well done to the B team. And the B team, I've been told, are Amina and Ibrahim from the Learning Hub. Mashallah, so that's a big shout out to Learning Hub. I know a few people on the Learning Hub are here. I think Shamal and Afri, if they're on here somewhere, they were supposed to play in this game as well. And we have a winner, Amina and Ibrahim from the Learning Hub. Now, I would love to say, mashallah, here's a trophy for you, but I haven't got a trophy, so I can't say that. And I'd love to say you've won £1,000, but I haven't got that. I would love to say that you have won an all expenses holiday to Umrah, but I haven't got that. Instead, all I can say is Jazakallah khair, mashallah, tabarakallah, well done for taking part, and I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. And inshallah, like I've said before, please do click subscribe, click like or something like that, how it works, and do watch all the other videos we have on our channel. There's a lot of really interesting, fascinating videos, and share out the links with those in your community. And I bid you all farewell. Jazakumullah khair. Really nice having you taking part, and inshallah, any suggestions for improvements, any comments, any feedback, always gratefully accepted. At the beginning of my YouTube journey as being a YouTube star, I'm hoping to get up to 1 million hits pretty soon. At the moment I'm at 350, so I've only got another 999,000 and what's that, 650 left. So but with your support I know I can get there, inshallah, so please do give some feedback, and inshallah I look forward to seeing you all very soon back at school. And maybe we could also have another quiz if you are interested in it. If I get enough clamour for a new quiz, inshallah, maybe we could do a quiz, inshallah, as part of maybe something Ramadan or straight after Ramadan. Jazakumullah khair. I hope you're having a good time. I'll be on the chat now for a little while before we log off, inshallah. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. And I wish you all a very safe and healthy and accepted Ramadan. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to reach it, give us the tawfiq to benefit from it, and give us the tawfiq to be forgiven for all of our sins and our shortcomings. And if I've said anything today to offend anyone, please forgive me. And if I've forgotten someone that I shouldn't have forgotten, please forgive me. Not intentional. It's not easy dealing with all these things at the same time, but please do forgive me. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.